Today, March 3rd, 2026, is an important date. It marks the end of an era, the era of paid audio software, buggy apps, and plugins that are hard to use and sometimes just don't work. This is the start of something different. A time where managing your audio, splitting your sources, shaping your voice, choosing what goes to the stream, what goes to the podcast, what goes to the call, is easy. It's simple. Anyone can do it. Zero delay in monitoring, and it's all free. Not free with a catch, just free for everyone, and I love this. Starting today, Wavelink 3.0 is available. It's the Elgato's app for managing your computer audio. The real news, it works with any microphone. You don't need an Elgato product. You can use your AirPods, your laptop mic, an audio interface that you already own. It doesn't really matter. Elgato took the software that for 6 years was the reason people bought their product and gave it away for free to the world. That's a move you don't see very often, which is amazing in my opinion. To understand why this is a big deal, let's go back to 2020. Middle of the lockdown. Everyone is live streaming on Twitch. Elgato launches Wavelink together with the Wave 3 microphone. A piece of software that did something nobody else could offer in a simple way, I should say. Splits audio of every app. Discord, for example, Spotify, Chrome, a game, you can name it, and you can send different mixes, one for your headphones, one for the stream. There was a problem, it was tied to Elgato products. If you had a Shure SM7B like mine or any other microphone you loved, Wavelink was not for you. You had to buy their interface, their microphone, or like I did, the Stream Deck Plus, which unlocked, let's say, the software. Now, it's free. Now it's finally free, so it's really nice. And let's talk about it. Elgato has named this March 3rd event the Wave Next Day. I'll leave the link to the full presentation in the description. Along with the software, they also launched new hardware, the Wave XLR Mark II, which I'm using right now, the Wave 3, the microphone, Mark II, the Stream Deck Plus XL, which is amazing, and they announced also a new Wave XLR Pro coming in the next few months. If you want, also you have the dock for the previous generation, let's say, of the Stream Deck Plus, so you can dock the new Mark II to the old Stream Deck Plus. Right here with me, I have, as I said, the Wave XLR Mark II and the Stream Deck Plus XL. They are also controlling all the audio you hear in this video, the monitoring in my headphones, and hey guys, I'm listening like to Christmas songs while I'm talking, so I could just tap and you can hear some nice song. Okay, now it's just finished the song. Oh, man, okay. Listen, this is not like a product pitch whatsoever, because the products are not required. They have some very useful features if you are interested, but they are not mandatory, let's say. The software is free and works with what you already have. So I will make dedicated videos on this channel for both the Stream Deck Plus XL and the Wave XLR Pro when it comes out. So the best way to just stay on track with my videos is just, yeah, of course, subscribe, but it's better to comment with your folks about it, about the products and what kind of like microphone are you using, what kind of interface are you using, like comment, and YouTube will put my new videos in your homepage. So today we will focus on Wavelink 3.0 with a closer look to the interface, the XLR Mark II, later on in this video. I just leave chapter, just if you want to just skip, and if you don't want to hear me anymore. The point of an app like this is to split the audio from different apps and control it through software. I wasn't joking when I said I have music in my headphones, which is like now maybe it's better to stop it because I'm just getting mad. I'm talking with like other voices in my head, which is crazy. So you couldn't hear the song until I pressed the button on the Stream Deck. But let's say that you want your audience to hear the music, or you want to share the audio from a video during an online meeting or a live stream. This is where the art of Wavelink comes in. Through the app, you can create a signal, let's say, that sends all this audio or just specific sources to your audience. And the volumes can be different in your headphones compared to what you have in the streaming mix, so what your audience hears. Softwares like OBS Studio Meld, for example, lets you split what the audience hears, but it doesn't have a real practical way to manage the volumes and give you a good user experience. Wavelink has been doing this since 2020. I've been using it since 2022, and it's really nice. Now it's even better because you can group different sources by type. For example, I have both YouTube Music and Apple Music under a group called Music. Of course. Then I created another group called SFX, which includes QuickTime on my Mac, Final Cut, and sometimes DaVinci when I'm color grading my footage. Basically, now it's free and it's incredible. It's an incredible tool for creators, not just for organizing and fine-tuning your audio, but also because if you make videos, do live stream or take calls with clients, it's a huge quality of life upgrade. But let me show you a little bit more. In this video, my voice goes through the Shure SM7B, which is the microphone, of course, into the Wave XLR Mark II. There is no cloud lifter, no external preamp. The gain on the Wave XLR was set automatically, and the signal is like this. What if you don't have an XLR microphone? Here's the thing. I can grab my AirPods. I select the AirPods as an input in Wavelink, and look, I can add the same filters. Low cut, compressor, equalizer. This is a wireless microphone I'm testing right now. This is the raw sound from the microphone. So I'm now turning on all the effects from Wavelink software, so you can hear the difference. If you have studio headphones now, you can hear more difference probably, but this is a very quality of audio improvement in my opinion. Okay, but there are many audio apps out there. Why this one is so different? First, it's truly free. Not freemium, not free for 30 days, not free but with ads. Free, period. Download it and use it. Simple as that. Second is just stable. I'll just say that I've been using the beta version on my Mac for 3 months. I haven't had a single crash. Beta version. With the stable version, the 2.0, I had so many problems now. Everything was fixed for me. So it's very nice to have that. Third, and this is the key point, it's really simple to use. First column, you have the audio sources like the microphone, music, Chrome, and so on. Second column, you have the headphone monitoring, so what you hear, basically. Third block is what gets recorded and sent to the software of your choice. So you can add more if you want, for example, if you do live streams and Zoom calls. When you connect a Wave device for the first time, you get a setup wizard guide that guides you step by step. It detects what you have connected automatically. So if the XLR cable is missing, it tells you. If the headphones aren't plugged in, it tells you. But even without a Wave device, adding filters to your voice takes just a few clicks. So you drag a compressor into the input, move a slider, done. You don't need to understand what a compressor ratio is, a compression ratio is, or a threshold. So it's really easy for anyone coming from software like Voicemeeter or complex audio routing. This is a different league, in my opinion. It's made for creators, not for sound engineers. And I'll raise my hand here and I say this. Great audio, voice work, and high-level post-production is a beautiful thing. But that doesn't mean getting good sound from a microphone should feel like a religion or a world full of people arguing because the filter should go before the other. I really appreciate every company like Elgato that wants to make the process simple for users. A creator wants to sit in front of a camera with a 40-pound microphone and get good audio without knowing anything about audio. So, seems strange, but it's like that now. And What's wrong with that at the end? Okay, enough. Wavelink being free is amazing, but I also want to tell you about those extra things the new hardware gives you. Specifically, Elgato has been working with Lewitt for years and today launched 4 devices. At the core of these new products, we have WaveFX, a dedicated processor inside the device. In simple terms, the filters don't run into your computer like was before. They run into the hardware. So there is zero delay using a DSP chip inside the devices. So now I'm not having I don't have latency. So without getting too technical, for a few years, several companies have put these chips inside microphones and audio interface. They move the processing work to the device instead of the PC, giving you that zero latency and monitoring and no extra load on your machine. What does this WaveFX from Elgato actually mean at the end? 3 important things, I should say. Clipcard 2.0, audio that can't clip, basically. If you have ever recorded something and the audio came out distorted because you spoke too loud, that kind of distortion can't be fixed in post. The audio is gone forever. With Clipcard 2.0, the device captures the signal at several levels at the same time. It combines them into a 32-bit float signal, making it impossible for the microphone to distort even if you shout into it. If you ever owned a Blue Yeti, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was bad. We also have on board DSP effects, 5 effects that run on the device, not on the computer. A low cut that removes fan noise, hums. The new expander, which I found much better than the standard noise reduction. It does kind of the same thing, but it's much better. I have some loud noises here, and you should hear like a good quality. A compressor, an EQ, a 4-band EQ, and the voice tune. And the voice tune is nice. It's not like what you think, like a normal voice tune. For spoken voice, it sounds really nice. It adds like a subtle warmth that gives the voice an analog feel. I really liked it. You're listening it right now, so hopefully you like it too. For those who want to go deeper, we have the VST Insert. I already showed you the use cases, but let me say it again. This is the first time this happens in a consumer audio device. VST effects go directly into the microphone signal. No more complicated routing, which is, again, amazing. I also really like the microphone setup and the guided process for setting the right gain. So if you haven't seen tutorials online, there was that moment where it's like, okay, guys, now speak at your normal volume and make sure the green bar stays just below the yellow, but never goes into the red. You know the drill. The problem is that when we do audio tests, we never speak at the normal volume. It's like our voice is strange. So Elgato figured this out. You just press and hold the dial for 5 seconds, even the Wave XLR or the microphone, read something you get on the screen, and it automatically sets the gain. It's not like a brand new feature, but very few consumer interfaces have it, and it's really welcome. Let's take a step back. What happened today is that one of the most used tools in the creator world became free for everyone. So you don't need to buy anything, just download it, try it out, whether you're using an SM7B or a pair of AirPods. So if you want to take it further, the new devices are very nice with WaveFX, give you a broadcast quality in literally 10 seconds without knowing anything about audio engineering. The Wave XLR Mark II with my SM7B has become my daily setup over the last few weeks, and is replacing my Rodecaster Duo I've been using for years now. So I'm really enjoying the combo with the Stream Deck Plus XL. Really nice device. I realized that for a solo creator, a linear interface is less cluttered and causes much less confusion, in my opinion. I would love to see a record button inside the app, to be honest, or some kind of like SD port on the Wave XLR. Would be nice for me, because it's really annoying to just use Audition to record audio for videos, but just a little bit of friction. But in any case, for content creators, this is the kind of ecosystem that takes away your excuses. It's not the microphone that's the problem. It's not the software that's the problem. The tools are here. They are free. They are accessible. So the question, I think, is what are you going to do with this? Because I'm excited. As everything is good. I leave, anyway, links to everything in the description and all the prices and stuff. So Wavelink 3 is free. And right now you just have 2 videos. They are probably not here now, but they will appear in a few weeks. So about like the Stream Deck Plus and Wave XLR Plus. If you don't see them, yeah, they're gonna be out very soon. If this video was helpful, please leave a like to your favorite Italian creator that is living in Scotland, and thank you guys. Happy recording, happy everything. See you soon.